Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I was given the person I was talking about at the beginning who gave me permission to tell this story. His name is Wiley, good friend of mine back home in Indiana. I actually grew up with him. He has a mental illness. He has schizoaffective disorder. It's a type of schizophrenia. And I grew up with him. I knew him as a kid. Mental illnesses like this manifest themselves in their late teens, early 20s. All right. And I kind of went like about 10 years not seeing him. So I didn't see the disease take hold of him. I didn't see it wasn't until years later he shows up to a Bible study that I was teaching there for college kids and my church back home. It was North Anderson Church of God at the time. And he has his troubles. He's has the voices that are distracting him and whatnot. He's hearing voices of things that are not there. He's seeing things that are not there. Okay. And I just remember him, he's trying not to be disruptive to the Bible study. Okay. But every now and then you just kind of hear him like a grunt or he might say something to somebody that's not there. Okay. And he's just trying to hold it, and he's sitting there next to my pastor or the pastor that was, leading with me that night. His name's Mike Schwartz, wonderful man of God, sitting right next to Mike. And Brett, he's just kind of like fighting it, trying not to disrupt the class. And then finally he just puts his hands on the table and he looks at us and he says, "Jesus Christ is the Son of God." Okay? And it's like, and then Mike just put his hand on his shoulder and it's like, he just anchored himself there. You know what I mean? And did everything go away? Of course not, but it was way more under his control after that. Okay? Anyway, that story, I'm going to remember that till the day I die. Okay? And by the way, when I asked Brett permission to say that, here's what he texted to me. He said, "Okay, that's fine, but you do know that I have almost completely recovered, got married, and have held jobs as a tutor at the top educational institutions, and I wrote a book about my original schizophrenic break over 20 years ago." Okay? And he was a math major, all right? We're talking, this guy has forgotten more about math than I will ever know, all right? He's a very intelligent guy, and I used to like to listen to him play piano too. He was a good pianist, so.
That's the mystery God we serve. That's the mystery. Well, you know what take him there? Faith. What faith take him there? Nothing else can take him there but faith.
That's a true testimony of how God can turn things around.
Yeah, absolutely.
Testimony.
Now, and I'm sure, and Brett hasn't told me this, but I'm working with people who have this, every now and then it's going to pop back up. Every now and then people with this disorder need to have a change in their medication or a change in their therapy. This happens. Okay. This will never go away completely. All right. But I have no doubt that, when Brett Wiley hangs on to that fact, Jesus Christ is the Son of God.
That's right. Straight faith.
You know what I mean? And everything all the truth that branches out of that.
That's right.
In my head, I think of that as the Brett Wiley anchor.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, and I'm telling that story. It's a personal story that he graciously allowed me to tell with his name too. So anyway, and that's why I'm videoing this, is so he knows that his influence is being felt even miles away. So.